Hello and welcome to the second of our doubleheader here at Cass High School in the final preseason matchup. Today, Potros FC taking on LSA Norcross Pro here at Cass High School. This is the second of two. Earlier today, LSA Mustangs took on Red Top Soccer Club in a game that ended in a 2-0 victory for LSA Mustangs. LSA Norcross Pro will be playing in the Southern Division of the UPSL Premier, and Potros will be playing in the Northern Division. So today's matchups will crisscross during the regular season. Red Top will take on Norcross Pro, and Potros will take on the Mustangs. So today they will take on the other sides. But all these teams in the Premier Division, which starts next weekend. Potros will be back here at Cass High School next Saturday to take on SSL FC in the opener of the season. New home field for Potros and Red Top here at Cass High School in White, Georgia. A beautiful stadium with a nice scenery, the mountains out behind us, and some nice nature coming on. We do have some storms coming in, so we're going to try to kick off a couple of minutes early today and try to get this game underway as much as we can before those lightning strikes come within distance coming in from the northwest. So Potros is taking the field, and we will get the kickoff in just a minute. I played it too late. I think we're getting ready to start. No. So here we go. LSA Norcross Pro in the blue and yellow, the former colors of Limeño, where the club started, have broken out into multiple leagues and youth and semi-pro all around. And we're underway. Norcross getting us started. Potros immediately put on the back foot with a long ball over the top. Latrell Bradshaw starting alongside Rocco Bransford, Evan Greenberg, and Danny Morera starting on the outside backs. Cameron Verona in the goal. In the midfield, it's going to be Pedro Valenzuela and Gonzalo Hurtado, who was the one putting the pressure there, as well as Benjamin Uranga. And up top, Pedro Lima, Stephen Raymond, and Kevin Ruiz, in the absence of Mark Abino, who was not available for this match. So good matchup here today. Potros coming off of that defeat last weekend up in Chattanooga against Scenic City, where they took the lead in the second half. There's a header forward by Gonzalo Hurtado. Found Stephen Raymond. Might have been in an offside position at the time, but referee's flag stayed down. Now the play will continue, and LSA will be back in possession. Potros putting the pressure on. There's Raymond, who has not appeared in this preseason so far. Will get his first appearance today, just ahead of the start of the season, and nearly won back there by Valenzuela, forcing the ball back. Now a long ball forward. There's Rocco Bransford to take it, getting the start today in place of Kwesi Paul, who was not involved in the warm-ups. Morera with a bit of a push commits a foul. I'll say trying to play the ball across, goes straight into Raymond, and now Potros back in possession. Here's Uranga with players all around him. Gets past one, loses it out for a second, then wins it back immediately. Now Gonzalo Hurtado has mainly played on the wings throughout preseason. Today starting in the midfield. Here's Ruiz. Forward to Raymond. One-time touch into the path of Valenzuela. Brings it down with his chest. Has Evan Greenberg with him. Greenberg's cross in. It's almost finds Raymond, but it's won right back by Ruiz. Still Kevin Ruiz, looking for a chance to put another ball in. Here's Pedro Lima with him. LSA able to poke it away. Thrown into Morera, back to Lima. The Brazilian connection between the two. All the way back to Bradshaw. Now Greenberg. Into the space. It's running onto it is Kevin Ruiz. Tries the first time cross and wins a corner kick. A much higher intensity in this match so far compared to the last one, with the sun going in behind the trees over there in the distance. There was a bit of a temperature drop. We're now sitting at 74 degrees. We were about 80 last game with the sun beaming down. Now we're under the floodlights here at Cass High School, and the temperature will continue to drop, but we do have some forecasted rain and lightning potentially coming. Cross comes in, Bradshaw unmarked, gets it back in. Now it's bouncing in, it's cleared away. Out for a throw. Ball played forward by LSA. Morera wins it back. LSA player win down, wins a free kick. Now Norcross getting some chances to come forward. Ball forward, picked out by Bradshaw, immediately picked back off of him. Coming together on the far side, referee let it go. And now Norcross with a heavy touch in the middle, picked up by Hurtado. Here's Oranga. Out to Ruiz, one time back to the middle. Hurtado gets to it. Almost, no, it was kept in by Greenberg. But then rolls out for a goal kick as he was not able to get back to his feet. Pressure from Lima, forcing LSA Norcross into their own corner. A long throw to down the line to try to get out. Morera quickly puts it back in. And now Potros have it back. In an attacking position. Thrown in, looking for Raymond. Dealt with by LSA Norcross. Hurtado. Back to the keeper and cleared out. Towards the LSA bench is kept in. Chance for a counterattack here. They've got the run continuing on the far side. The long pass there. Oranga picks it up. Sends it out. Can you zoom in a bit? Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Hurtado out to Lima with space in front of him. Driving into that space is Pedro Lima. Onto his right foot, the shot, it never comes back down. And out for a goal kick. Battle continuing in the midfield. Potros win it back high up the field. Pedro Lima once again. This time closed down and gets it out wide to Pedro Valenzuela. Danny Morera. Back to Bradshaw. Looks for the long ball into the box. Ruiz is there. And he was expecting it. The defender didn't see him behind. Didn't see Kevin Ruiz behind him. He let it go, thinking it was going to bounce to the keeper. Ruiz was in the right position, but took a heavy touch. Bradshaw goes back to Verona. Bounces over the defender to Pedro Lima. Lima not able to get past the first man, but wins it back at the edge of the box. A good tackle from the LSA defender, winning it back. Under pressure, goes back to the keeper and sent down the field. Evan Greenberg picks it up around half field. Out to Raymond, back to Greenberg. Greenberg looking for the opportunity for a cross. Has to go back to Oranga instead. And the ball's recycled all the way to the halfway line. And now Bradshaw almost gives the ball away. It finds its way under the LSA Norcross foot to Morera, who carries the ball forward down the line. Into the box. Raymond's there. Tries the first time shot, but doesn't get contact on the ball. It slides through for the goalkeeper. Can see the intent from Raymond, the French striker. Played most of his career as a goalkeeper. The 35 or 36-year-old, now playing up front, trying to get some goals to his name. Long throw from Greenberg. Too high for Raymond. LSA's keeper is able to grab it. Bransford gets his head to it, but it falls to the feet of a Norcross player. LSA Norcross Pro will play in the South Division of the UPSL Georgia Premier. Last season, the LSA Mustangs played under the LSA Norcross Pro name, and the current squad of LSA Norcross Pro was more similar to the squad that played in the Division 1 last season. They ended up winning the South Division of the Division 1, lost in the championship match to Atletico Buford 2, and then re-entered into the playoffs and lost to Potros U23s in a tightly contested 2-1 match. Now here's a chance for Lima, who turns on his defender with space in front of him. Has Raymond to his side, goes himself with the left foot, but was going away from the goal, couldn't get it on target. So far, able to stay dry here in Cass High School. Got about a 15-minute early start to try to avoid the oncoming storms. Try to get as many minutes in the legs of these players before the season starts next weekend. A ball forward picked out by Uranga. Played across to Hurtado. Chance here at the edge of the box. Shot blocked. And LSA evades the danger, clearing their lines. Morera goes down. Assistant referee puts the flag up. Saw the push in the back. Potros with a free kick, just about 50 yards to goal. Could play short and move the ball around like they have been, or go into the box. They've only got about 3 targets. Oranga now stepping forward to try to close that gap. Now the cross comes in from Morera to the back post. LSA's keeper grabs it out of the air. Raymond was the target. Quickly taken back the other way. Rocco Bransford read it in the air, gets it out for a throw. Potros keeping the high pressure, getting into dangerous positions, winning the ball high up the field. Here's Pedro Lima once again, cutting inside. Found the run of Greenberg, who timed it to perfection. Put into the box by Ruiz. Raymond got the final touch. It goes out for a goal kick. No touch from an LSA player, according to the ref. But that was a great opportunity and a really great play. The timing of the run from Evan Greenberg, as you'll see here. Pedro Lima looking for the gap, carries in, draws the defenders near him, and just finds that gap in behind. A heavy touch from Greenberg, but it falls to the head of Ruiz, but they're not able to finish the play. It was a good opportunity. Now LSA could do something themselves as they have a runner coming in, looking to get behind. Rocco Bransford picks it out. Forward to Hurtado. Lima, forward to Raymond. Back to Lima with his chest. Gets it to Gonzalo Hurtado, who was behind him. Danny Morera. And now Latrell Bradshaw. Nice play there by Kevin Ruiz. Pedro Valenzuela made his run into the box at the edge of the line. It's a header just over the bar. Assistant referee from about 10 yards behind the play puts the flag up, saying the ball was out of bounds. It was definitely tight. It was a great play either way. Good for Potros to finish the play despite the flag going up. We'll see it one more time. A nice one-touch pass there. Evan Greenberg, another great timed run by Pedro Valenzuela, and not sure that one actually went out. It was Pedro Lima on the end of the cross, inches away from finding the back of the net. Evan Greenberg has been a very impressive player throughout this preseason. Got an assist in the last match against Scenic City Soccer Club and did very well in that first preseason match as well. Coming back into the Potros squad after missing out in the fall, was away on college duty. Greenberg puts it into the box. Raymond flicks it on, too heavy for Ruiz. Can I have the... Thank you. Goal kick taken short this time. They want to be patient. The Potros pressure has made it difficult for them to be. And here they come again under pressure. This time forced to go to the other center back. Lima go all the way across. Stop that one from coming forward. Here's Kevin Ruiz. Cross into Raymond. And the miss is the header just a bit too high. His starting position was just a little bit too much forward. Couldn't adjust to get behind the ball. And a chance gone there. Started with the pressure from Pedro Lima, who continued to run, and a heavy touch from the defender. Ruiz finding Raymond just too high for him. LSA trying to get a chance themselves. Ball looking over the top of Bradshaw. Not able to find him. And now Oranga forcing the ball back. This time they do get it in behind, but Moreira comes across to send it out for a corner. A much different game here at Cass this weekend compared to the one last week in that Chattanooga Challenge final against Scenic City. LSA trying to build out from the back a bit more, trying to be a little bit more patient with the ball. Scenic City played a lot more defensive, a lot more direct, a lot more physical. We do quickly see two changes for Potros. Carlo Andrade and Kwesi Paul enter the match. Kwesi Paul's first involvement in this preseason. Here he is on the ball now. Will play alongside Latrell Bradshaw. Replaces Rocco Bransford. Andrade replaced Kevin Ruiz. And as we get settled in a new home field, part of that is learning the new location. So we're currently fixing the scoreboard in the field. And we'll get back up in a second. So apologies for those at home. We'll continue to bring you the match in the meantime. And we are back. So if you heard that horn from the stadium, that was a part of the technical difficulties. Another reason for this preseason match, to learn the new home field, figure out these details before the official season starts next week. Potros will be back here at Cass High School on Saturday, March 14th. They'll take on SSL FC. Red Top Soccer Club, who was in action earlier, will be away in Macon, Georgia, taking on Angeles. Lima flicking it into the midfield. Valenzuela trying to get it back to Lima, too heavy for him. LSA with a good spell of possession here, moving the ball around. They get the ball forward. The flag comes up for offside. Potros winning the ball back up, high up the field once again. Here's Pedro Lima. On his left foot, tries to go for goal. That one's a little bit closer. Took a deflection. And now they'll try from the corner kick. Pedro Lima to take. It's right in front of the keeper. He gets a punch to it and out for another corner. This one's a short one. Not met by a Potros player. One back by Valenzuela. I believe that's... Andrade wins it back deep. Puts it into the box. Kwesi Paul with the acrobatic attempt. Not able to find it, but the chances are coming. See it one more time. The outside of the foot cross. Set it up well for Kwesi Paul, but didn't get the contact that he was looking for. It was always going to be a difficult one, that attempt, the bicycle kick. Here's Greenberg, sees the space in front of him. Finds Lima. Lima getting the ball under his feet, looking for an option. Has to go across to Valenzuela instead. Now wide to Andrade. LSA gets to it first. Oranga has to go all the way back to Verona. They'll try again. Now Bradshaw. LSA once again finding it difficult to get through the Potros press as they try to play out. We'll see another change in the meantime. It's Jonathan Hagos who enters the match. It was Steven Raymond who was replaced. So Hagos will play up top in the front. No, sorry, it was actually Eric Graham who came in. Apologies. So Eric Graham coming up to play in the front, replacing Steven Raymond. So a little bit more speed in the front. We'll see what Eric Graham's able to produce from that position. Normally plays as an outside back, has played as a defensive mid as well. Now getting a chance higher up the field. Let's see what Frankie Ruiz looking for in that position. Ball in behind. Graham almost gets to it. You can see the speed that he offers. Will be some rotation in the front expected with the absence of Darinho, Mark Binot, as well as Adrian Levy, who got the goal in the last match. Here's Hurtado from distance. It was a good shot. Had a good drive to it. It didn't pick up. It was on target. Forced the goalkeeper to stretch down and had to be strong with his handling to keep that one out. A mistake there from Latrell Bradshaw. Giving the ball away, and now the ball's in behind him. Moreira allows it to roll out for a goal kick, so Bradshaw gets away with one there. We approach the final 15 minutes of the first half. Potros with the better chances so far, but no score. Pedro Lima out to Moreira, not able to keep it in play. Will be a throw in for LSA. Couple of fresh legs for LSA. With this being a preseason friendly, we'll be allowed to rotate players. Graham with a heavy touch backwards, follows it through to win it back. LSA player went down too easily, and now a long ball over the top by Kwesi Paul. Lima could get to it. It bounces right in behind. The LSA keeper gets to it. Hurtado now on it. Referee is going to give a foul here. He's going to have to make a decision. Keeper was well off his line. Hurtado was the first one to the ball. He tripped him up, and I believe a yellow card was shown to the LSA keeper for that foul. He had to either make the foul or get the ball to stop the attack. Potros with a chance now from the free kick. We'll see it one more time. It was started with this long ball over the top by Kwesi Paul. The perfect weight on the pass. The keeper came out, but then on the follow through there, just catches Gonzalo Hurtado to commit the foul, give away the free kick. Can Potros get something now before halftime? This game may not play a full 90 minutes given the incoming weather. Carlo Andrade over it. 35 yards from goal. Puts it into the back post looking for Uranga. A bit too heavy, not able to get to it. LSA trying to come out from the back once again. The pressure relentless from Potros. And Andrade commits the foul. LSA will try again. This time played forward, Paul, the highest up. Air Kwesi. It's the nickname that he's picked up over the last couple seasons with his aerial ability, Kwesi Paul. Long throw by Greenberg, looking for Graham. There goes Air Kwesi once again. Moreira gets ahead to it. Bradshaw almost keeps it in play. Will end up being an LSA throw. They could have taken it quickly, but decides to leave it instead. They'll try to get some numbers forward. They have the size disadvantage. Potros with the advantage on height. So they'll have to try to play it most likely on the ground and around. But they'll have a chance here from the free kick. The second goal for LSA Mustangs came from a free kick a bit closer to goal. But we also saw last week against Scenic City, 2 of the goals for Scenic City started with set pieces, including the winning goal. So Potros need to stay focused and make sure that they mark their players well. That one comes into the box. Uranga gets to it. Hurtado with a chance to start the counter. He plays it in behind. Graham chasing it down. Still going. Forcing the keeper to play it out to this wide area. Kept in. Uranga there once again. Wins it back. Chance here. Uranga gets it in behind. Will it stay in play? It does. He gets to it at the edge of the box. Plays it into the box. It was too far away from Graham and cleared to safety. Pedro Lima using his body well to give himself some space. Now gets it out to Greenberg. Valenzuela to Andrade. Andrade, the one-time flick forward. Greenberg, Valenzuela continued his run. Ball in behind. It's kept in by LSA. Cleared to the middle. Picked out by Lima. Forward to Hurtado. Heavy touch. Can't get it back. And LSA clears once again. Paul. Andrade. Ball was out according to the ref. Andrade protests. We are into the final 9 minutes of the first half. Referee with a quick chat with Frankie Ruiz, I believe. Talking about the lines. Maybe they see, it's kind of hard to tell from up here in the press box, but there's a gray line and a white line. The gray line is the soccer line. Here's Moreira. Forward to Graham. Graham looking for a chance to put a ball into the box. Tries to go across to Lima. It's picked out. Uranga in the way, not allowing the counter. Now Moreira. You're good. Here's Kwesi Paul. Playing a ball forward. Andrade tries to flick it on. Almost finds Graham. LSA player able to get it back to his back line. Now Bradshaw forward. Moreira gets it out. Put a tackle in. Referee allowed it. And now a couple of changes. One apiece. Now Jonathan Hagos will come into the game. Will replace Gonzalo Hurtado. Here's Hagos, chest down to Oranga. Played back forward, Lima, who's now playing centrally. Trying to be more of a creative force, being more involved from the center instead of from the wing. But first, LSA with a chance behind. Greenberg gets to it. Plays it forward to Andrade. Finds Valenzuela. Andrade continuing his run. Gets it back. Forward to Graham. Valenzuela. Andrade trying to go himself. Gets it back. Oranga. Too short for Hagos. And now Potros will temporarily play with 10 players due to an equipment issue from Jonathan Hagos. He was sent to the bench to correct it. I believe wearing earrings. Simple things. Here's Eric Graham from a tight angle. Jonathan Hagos back on the field. He was also shown a yellow card, I believe, for entering the field without the ref's permission. He originally ran back onto the field after correcting the equipment and then immediately went back off. So I think that was what the yellow card was for. So again, simple details that at this point you don't expect at this level, like wearing jewelry and entering the match without the ref's permission. Valenzuela trying a shot from distance. Graham. Forward to Andrade, back heel into the path of Lima. Back to Andrade. Not able to finish the play. 3 minutes to go in this first half. A mistake there from LSA. Andrade might get another chance. Valenzuela back into the box. Falls to Valenzuela, brings it down. Shot with the right foot, good save. They need a little bit more intensity on those final shots. Just too tame with it. Too easy for the goalkeeper to grab. Not taking those shots with confidence or conviction. Greenberg with a nice one-touch pass to the middle to Lima. Pedro Lima. Forward to Graham. Graham gets around the pressure. Looking for the option to go forward. He slides it through to Valenzuela. Back to Graham. Graham going for the shot. It's blocked. Out to Andrade. Back to Graham. Greenberg now coming forward to help. In behind, Andrade can't get to it. Moreira under pressure, forced to clear forward. Now here's Jonathan Hagos, lets it roll. Seconds remaining in this first half. Forward to Hagos. Gets around the first one. Continues his run to the edge of the box. Cross in. No one there on the front post, and it's able to be cleared. Good ball forward by Graham. Crossed in. Not cleared yet. Greenberg keeps it in play, and now it's out for a corner. Referee's looking at his watch. Will probably allow the corner to be played. It looks like he will. Lima to take. Has Kwesi Paul, Benjamin Oranga, Latrell Bradshaw in the box. It's Paul. It goes behind him, hits his support foot. And that will bring us to halftime. So 0-0. Not a too exciting half. There were chances, but nothing very clear. The final product with not enough confidence. And now we will go into the halftime break level. We'll be back in a few minutes. Probably a short halftime break, so don't go too far with some bad weather coming in. We probably will get started quickly in the second half. Welcome back as we get ready to start the second half. Just before the players took the field, there was a bit of confusion. Not sure exactly what happened or what was said or what caused it, but the referee came to the Potros bench, showed Frankie Ruiz a red card. There was about 5 minutes of deliberation with the ref. Eventually the red card was rescinded and a yellow card was shown instead. So a strange series of events, but nonetheless we're here in the second half. Potros gets us underway. We got 45 minutes left to play, hopefully. We will see if Mother Nature agrees with it, and we'll have a stop and play for an injury as the LSA player is down. Play will resume with a dropped ball. Potros back with it. Here's Hagos to the middle to Lima. Frankie Ruiz still there on the bench. Again, not sure what happened from up here in the press box, but it looked like Frankie Ruiz was giving a team talk and the referee came to him and just showed him the red card. Potentially said something, but we have no idea what was said. Here's Graham. Eric Graham with a chance from the edge of the box. It's to the top corner. What a save there. Still in play. It's Carlo Andrade. Tries the back heel, wins a throw-in. Greenberg gets it back in. It goes to the feet of Valenzuela. Wide to Andrade. Trying to find an outlet. Goes across to Hagos. Finds him in between and leaves it for Lima. Lima off balance. Puts it towards goal. Into the hands of the keeper. LSA trying to play out from the back, immediately hits into Potros player, and now they clear. Not a good clearance. It's right to the middle. Hagos brings it down, takes it out wide himself. Thought about going to the corner, but decides to come back towards the center instead. Now flicks it forward into Lima in the edge of the box. Out wide. Cross comes in from Morera. Not a good cross on his weaker left foot. Playing today at the left back position. Trying to get into those forward positions. That chance from Graham, we're going to have to take a look at it in a second. It was a great save from the LSA keeper, but the best shot of the game so far. And now Potros again on the front foot. They've been all over the LSA defense in the beginning of the second half. A great ball into the box for Greenberg, can't get to it. LSA keeper called to action once again. They're coming out from the near side. Once again trying to play, but the pressure on Oranga this time winning it back. Plays it to Lima. Lima going for goal. Another great save from the LSA keeper. That one he had to scramble across the goal to get a touch to it to send it out for a corner. So 2 back-to-back good opportunities. We'll take a look at the first one here that came from Eric Graham. He picked it up all the way on the outside, played it in. It bounced around a couple of times before it came back to Graham, and then there, from the edge of the box, a great shot. We saw him score a couple from outside the box last season. I'll take a look at that Lima chance in a second, but first the corner kick. It's to the front post. It's around. It bounces out and now cleared. Picked back up. Believe that's Andrade. Gets it across to Greenberg, who stayed back for the corner. Now sends it forward, looking for Kwesi Paul, who stayed forward. Bradshaw picks it up on the wide area. Out to Valenzuela, finds Graham in the middle. Graham cutting back. Here to Oranga. Into the box. Out again. It's Lima. Off the crossbar. And I believe it was off the crossbar and up off the American football crossbar. Much better second half so far from Potros. They look a lot more confident on the finishes. And LSA's keeper has come to the rescue twice. Ball was put back into play quickly. We'll actually have to come back as we're back to live play. Here's LSA. Again, can't get into their attacking half. Here's a chance now for Jonathan Hagos. Hagos into the box for Graham. A cross picked out by the defender. They have a chance here to counter. Trying to break it down quickly as Potros. And they do enough to win it back high up the field again. This time Graham. Playing it into the box. Greenberg coming from deep. Keeps it, nearly kept it in. A little bit of frustration there from Evan Greenberg. He thought he had kept it in. I thought he had kept it in. And then the ball just got away from him. We'll take a look again at this chance from Pedro Lima. Again, the high pressure from Potros. This time Oranga won it back right there with that tackle. Played it into the path of Lima. Lima with just a little bit of a gap looking for that far corner. And it was a great diving save from the LSA keeper. Here's Lima again. Now Valenzuela going one for himself, but can't keep that one down. We'll take a look at this other opportunity, the one that it looked like it came off the crossbar. We'll see on the replay if it did take a touch off the soccer crossbar. Oranga did well to hold off the pressure. Yeah, it looks like it comes off the crossbar and then onto the American football post before it came back, so the goal kick was given. LSA, they can really break up the momentum if they can create something from this counter. Player went down. Referee gave the free kick a little bit late. It was off the ball, the contact. It was foul on Lima. It was not very clear how much contact there was from up here. A referee on the field saw it, although he did wait a bit to give it. Now LSA with the set piece could create some danger. They go into the box. Kwesi Paul up for it. Here's Graham, a good chance to counter. Looking for Lima. He has to slow down, but takes it in his stride to Jonathan Hagos with the back heel. Out to Andrade. Trying to play it back towards the middle. Flag comes up for a handball. It was on Valenzuela. And the LSA player just played it into his hand. That was out in front of him. Very lively start to the second half. Bradshaw doing enough to win it back and wins a free kick in the process. Ball played short. Paul and Bradshaw connecting in the back. And now the long ball forward was looking for Hagos. It was too far behind him. A couple more substitutes getting ready for Potros. Currently up Melvin Velasquez, I believe, and Luke Montes. So we might see those two enter soon. I believe Matt Mitchell also there. No, sorry, I believe that's Gonzalo Hurtado. Don't think Matt Mitchell was on the call-up for today. Here's Potros back on the attack once again. Valenzuela looking to find the middle to Lima. A bouncing ball, not able to get it under control. LSA players around him. He went down too easy. Paul gets around the pressure. Goes directly to the feet of Graham with a turn, but too heavy of a touch to get it back in his path. And now LSA with a chance. It's a ball over the top. Paul was out of position. Bradshaw gets to it first. LSA pick it up on the second one. And Bradshaw with a tackle right at the edge of the box to win it back. Kwesi Paul now talking to the ref, but there you can see Paul was way above the line and Bradshaw was about 10 yards behind. Got to the ball first, but not with control. The LSA player picked it up again, and now Potros with a chance to go to the counter themselves. Andrade picked it up, played it to Graham. Graham going into the box on his left foot, plays it too close to the keeper. Another wasted opportunity for Potros. Hagos connecting on the far side with Moreira. Sees Andrade. He tried to leave it with the back heel. There's Paul. Brings it down. Loose in the middle. Valenzuela wins it back. Uranga with the ball. Plays it to Lima. Lima thinking to try the shot. Then another great save from the LSA keeper. A man of the match performance from that keeper today. Lima looking for that bottom corner. Wasn't far from finding it. It was a difficult ball to deal with. I'll see it one more time. He bounced right in front of the keeper. He had to get that one right. Very easily could have bounced over his hand if he didn't time his dive and get his hands in the right position. Good focus and good concentration from that LSA keeper. Now he has to deal with this corner. It's over everyone. Cleared towards the middle. A counter-attacking opportunity. It's broken up. And ball put back in. Uranga was the one there with the keeper. Keeper gets to it. Back on his feet. I believe it was Moreira, the one at the half field, who stopped the counter. Another mistake there from LSA, giving the ball away in the middle. Lima forward to Graham. Has Uranga with him. Goes back and then gets the ball taken off him by the LSA player. Greenberg quickly back to win it back. And then Valenzuela's ball. Looking for the far side. Hits off of the referee. They're back into play. Ball forward. Looking for Graham. He gets to it. Carrying into the edge of the box. Plays it across a sliding challenge by the LSA defender. Stopping that ball from finding its way through. Andrade was there on the back post. Potros relentless in their press and chance creation, but LSA defending with their lives. And now they'll make 3 changes, LSA. Can they keep it up for another 32 minutes? Will we even get to the 32 minutes? It's still a dry night here at Cass High School. But it's on its way, the rain and the thunder. In the meantime, we continue play here. Here's Evan Greenberg on the throw. Plays it into the box. Graham can't get to it. No foul given. Valenzuela tripped and wins the free kick right at the edge of the penalty area in a crossing position. Kwesi Paul immediately going into the box will be the main target there. now it looks like a few changes will be ready to made. Rocco Bransford stepping up to the halfway line will be one of them. Will re-enter into the game. But first, Eric Graham will take this free kick. Puts it to the back post. It's Kwesi Paws just wide of the post. Inches away from opening the scoring. The luck is not on their side today. Finally one out of the reach of the keeper. But it was out of the reach of the goal as well. A perfect cross to the back post. Paul all by himself. Just wide of the goal. And during that time, a couple of changes were made. And now a chance here for Graham. We'll see it one more time again. The pressure from Potros continuing. Andrade one time into the box and on a platter for Eric Graham. Very similar to the one that Chris Johnson missed in the previous match. Now a chance for LSA on the counter. Oh, but the flag comes up, so the play is stopped. So looking at the field, it was two changes. Rocco Bransford came on to replace Latrell Bradshaw, and I believe Daniel Pico came on to replace Pedro Valenzuela. Here's Eric Graham. Does enough. They have a deep throw-in. Another change getting ready for Potros. It's Melvin Velasquez replacing Pedro Lima. A long throw in, finding Velasquez, he leaves it. Pico not able to get to it. Oranga. A tackle, evades the tackle. Gets it out wide to Hagos. Cross coming in. Cleared on the first one. Oranga tried the shot but missed it. And now Greenberg also not getting the right contact. Oranga with a mistake. Pico immediately on it. Benjamin Oranga forced to go back to Danny Moreira. Cross coming in. Back post, it's one. It was Daniel Pico on the... No, it was on Carlo Andrade on the far post who got that one just wide of the goal. It also looks like Luke Montes came in to replace Jonathan Hagos. Here is Daniel Pico. Closed that one down well, but not able to get control. Another goal kick for LSA. We don't have the stats of the shots in this match, but it's probably well in the double digits for Potros. I don't think LSA has been able to produce a shot on target in this match. The pressure continuing by Potros. Montes leading the press. Pico joining. LSA gets around it. And now they play it down the line. Flag comes up for offside. Referee did not see the flag come up. Now he does. He gives the offside. Kwesi Paul gets it back underway. Across to Bransford. Forward to Velasquez. With the help of Moreira, gets it back. Here's Bransford. Across to Paul. Paul carrying the ball forward himself. Now finds Andrade. One-time pass into the box. Was meant for Pico. The LSA defender had to slide in to get that one out for a corner. Andrade to take the corner. Goes to the back post. Uranga there, not able to keep it in. Gets back to it, wins the throw. Leaves it for Eric Graham. We'll treat this as a cross. Kwesi Paul stayed forward. It goes to Paul. He leaves it. I believe that's Montes who puts the cross in. Montes once again with the head. Pico was up, or Andrade was up for it. Now LSA Norcross Pro. Losing possession once again. Daniel Pico. Bransford. Verona with a rare touch of the ball. Looking for the direct pass. Andrade helps it on its way into the path of Velasquez. In for Montes. Shot blocked. Had that one not been blocked, it looked like it was heading towards goal. They'll settle for a corner instead. Bransford and Paul up into the box. 22 minutes to go if we can avoid the weather. Falls to Velasquez at the edge of the box. And a foul called on Kwesi Paul for playing in a dangerous manner. A reach for the ball with his foot. Referee felt that he put the LSA player in danger and gave the free kick. And now LSA will do a long ball forward, a rare one. They mostly have been trying to play out. And now a foul by the LSA player will result in a free kick for Potros. Referee talking to the players. No cards shown that I could see. It was off the ball as Kwesi Paul was trying to get around. The LSA player was holding him, is what I saw. And now a long ball into the box as Montes plays it across. Andrade! Well, the goal's not getting any smaller. It's been the same size throughout the game, but they still cannot find the back of the net. Foul called on Kwesi Paul. A yellow card shown, one apiece to both players. It's moments after the referee had just talked to the two players. And actually it's going to restart with a dropped ball. So it was not a foul called, but perhaps something else that was done between the two players that the referee didn't like. Probably had just told them not to do it again, and it appears that they have done it again. Not sure exactly what it was. Here's Uranga, plays it forward to Graham with some space. Eric Graham trying to find a chance to put a cross in. Uranga there to help out. Can't find his teammate. Stepped forward by Moreira. Uranga still there. Now Graham from the corner. And the tackle from LSA came in, forcing Graham to hit it. No, I guess it took a touch from the LSA player. So it will be a corner kick instead. Played short. Here's a chance. Comes in, and that one's in. I believe it comes down as an own goal in the end. It might have been Luke Montes who got the touch. We'll have to see on the replay. Carlo Andrade will be credited with the assist either way. It was from the corner, played short. We'll look at it again. It was played short. Graham back to Andrade. Cuts inside. Puts the ball right in front of the 6, and yep, it comes off of the LSA defender and into the back of the net. So it takes the LSA player to put it in, since none of the Potros players could do it. But Potros will take the lead here in the 73rd minute. Carlo Andrade orchestrated it. And it was overdue, given how the game has gone. Now the question is, what will happen for the next 15 minutes? Will LSA try to tie the game? Will Potros be able to add to the lead? Right now, game continuing as it left off. Potros back on the attack. Ball cleared out. Graham one-time flick forward. Montes trying to get to it. Comes off of the LSA player. And out for a throw. Graham throws it in. Looking for, I believe that's Velasquez. Here's Greenberg into Andrade. Flicks it into the box, too far for Pico. Thrown back in by LSA's keeper. Paul read it all the way through. Needs to be careful here. Not to commit a foul. Just helps to usher its way out. Taken quickly by Paul, and LSA wins it back. Now they have a chance to expose the two center backs out of positions. Uranga step back to cover. Greenberg in the way. Still not back in possession. LSA forced to go backwards. Now a ball played in behind. The near side winger was fine. Verona off his line, clears forward. Montes chests it down into the path of Melvin Velasquez. Here's Eric Graham. Trying to go direct to Montes. Too short. Andrade there. Gets his head to it. Greenberg. Not able to win it back. Pico does, though. Here's Luke Montes. Daniel Pico trying to put a cross in. Play coming out. Danny Morera read it well. Stepping forward. Out to Graham. Under pressure. Back to Morera. And a foul called on Morera. Based on the referee's body language, it looks like he felt that he put an arm out and hit the LSA player. Two changes getting ready for Potros. One of them, Gonzalo Hurtado, who started the match. The other, I believe, was Jonathan Hagos, was fixing his socks, so didn't get a good look at who the player was. Chance for LSA here. Playing in behind, Verona out, sends it back, but it's into the LSA player. Velasquez wins it back. Chance for Velasquez to get it wide to Graham. Goes down off the ball. Ref allows the play to continue. Graham back into the box. Forward to Montes. And Potros extend the lead to 2. Luke Montes, I believe, was the one who finished it. Might have been Daniel Pico, actually, so apologies if that's the case. From up here, let's see the replay. It looks like it was Daniel Pico who got the goal. We'll see here, Graham. Yeah, it was Daniel Pico who finished the play. A nice finish from him, especially given how the game went against Scenic City a few weeks ago. He had a couple opportunities, able to redeem himself here on this preseason friendly. Gets his first goal. And now Potros lead by 2-0. And apologies, we have the scoreboard incorrect on the live stream. We're going to get that corrected in a second. Take a look once again at that goal that was scored by Daniel Pico. We originally called it as Luke Montes. We'll correct it here. That was the finish from Daniel Pico. Back to live play. Potros back in possession. Here's Melvin Velasquez. Shot was blocked. It falls out here to Jonathan Hagos, who entered the game, re-entered the game. Looks like Carlo Andrade and Eric Graham were replaced. Jonathan Hagos and Gonzalo Hurtado were the ones who came in. Here's Luke Montes. Out to Greenberg. Cross comes in. Hurtado misses it, and Velasquez also swung at it. But Velasquez keeps it in on the corner. Gets back into the box. Goes down, but referee does not give a call. Plays continuing. Out for a corner. Cross coming in too far to the other side of the box. Kwesi Paul there to keep it in. Looking for an option. Trying to go himself. Wins another corner. The Grenadian center back. Former player for the Grenadian national team as well. Now coming into his 3rd season with Potros. Jonathan Hagos to take this one with the left foot, but we'll wait because LSA was making a couple of changes. They had a very small bench. And a ball's in. It's saved on the line twice. 2 back-to-back chances. I'm not sure who were the ones who got on to them. All happened very quickly, but once again, the LSA keeper to the rescue. Not once, but twice. I'll check it again. It was a perfect cross by Hagos, right in the area where you would want it. It was, again, not sure who got the headers on the replay, but it was a great save both times. Back to live play. Here's Morera. Keeps it out from going out for a corner. We're in the final 10 minutes. Still dry out here in White, Georgia. Hopefully we can get through the match without any weather issues. And we will see Steven Raymond re-enter the game as well. We'll see who he replaces in a second. But here's Melvin Velasquez who brings it down. Looking for the space, finds Jonathan Hagos. Ball gets caught in between him. Still in possession though. A too predictable pass forward. And now Morera plays it off of the LSA player. Uranga calmly gets it back to his center backs. Here's Kwesi Paul, Uranga, out wide to Evan Greenberg. Greenberg's ball forward, looking for Luke Montes. He brings it down. Velasquez. Back out to Greenberg. Now to Pico. Could add to his tally, but the ball bounces away from him. Ball forward. Rocco Bransford gets his head to it. Here's Jonathan Hagos. Paul back to Hagos. Now going forward, looking for Montes. Tries the flick on. Comes off an LSA player, but to the path of Daniel Pico. And Pico's cross straight to the defender. It comes right back to him. Out to Greenberg. Still Greenberg. Down the line. Gets across off of the LSA player. Now the left-footed cross is behind all the Potros players. Headed back to Jonathan Hagos. Hagos forward to Montes. Tried to lay it off wide to Hurtado, but Hurtado was further behind than he thought. Uranga. Out to Hurtado. Eventually finds him, but he gives it right back to LSA. Hagos wins it back high up the field. Uranga. Out to Greenberg. Has Velasquez in the middle. Plays it to him, but it's too far forward. Pico forward to Greenberg. Greenberg left-footed cross looking for Hurtado. He gets his head to it. Too far for Montes. Two more changes in the match. Steven Raymond entering for Luke Montes, and Felipe Peixoto will get a couple minutes in goal, replacing Cameron Verona. LSA also made a change during that stoppage. Ball thrown in to Raymond. Misses the first one. Continues the pressure and helps win it back. Hurtado's ball forward. Picked out by LSA. Ball in behind. Peixoto off his line. comes out and wins it and sends it out for a throw. Good work there from Felipe Peixoto on his first play of the half of the game, making a short cameo here at the end. Now LSA with a chance to create something here. The back heel goes into the feet of Melvin Velasquez. Finds Raymond. One-time touch to the middle to Hagos. Under pressure. Gets it back. Here's Morera, who's played the full match today. Nice move there from Moranga. But Hagos can't find his teammate. Morera forward. Melvin Velasquez trying to find the space to have a shot. Leaves it for Raymond instead, who tries to curl it into the far post, but it ends up curling too much into the hands of the goalkeeper. Ball cleared out. Headed back in by Morera. Hagos. LSA with one last chance. Could they get something back in this game? A ball over the top. Peixoto comes out and ends up leaving it out for a goal kick. The LSA player hesitated with Peixoto coming out. Did enough to put him off to win the goal kick. Valenzuela comes back on for a couple of minutes to replace Jonathan Hagos. Here's Rocco Bransford taking the ball off of him right in front of the goal. It's a chance for LSA. It's off the post. And Bransford in the follow-up commits the foul to give the penalty away. Now LSA with a chance to get back within one late in this match. A mistake there from Rocco Bransford, the young 16-year-old. Still showing some need of experience. We'll see it one more time. It started with this. Paul across to Bransford, under pressure. Tried to go himself and gets the ball taken off him. That shot comes off the post. And on the follow-up, apologies, we'll have to come back to that. Here's the chance for LSA. And a nice finish there into the top corner. Peixoto went the right way, but he couldn't reach it. And LSA Norcross get one back from the penalty spot. See it one more time here. That was the foul right there. A late challenge from Bransford. And now play back underway. We got about a minute and a half to go. Potros trying to pick up the intensity. They go for goal. That one's just a bit too high from, I believe that was Velasquez. A player down on the far side. Now back up, it's Danny Morera. A bit of a nervy ending here for Potros. As LSA with the final push to try to tie the game. They have a chance here. They get it out wide. Morera in the way, not allowing the cross to come in. Chance to put a cross in. It comes into the edge of the box. A sliding attempt. It stays in play and actually goes out for a throw-in. A bit more dangerous than it originally appeared. Or a bit less dangerous than it originally appeared, I should say. But LSA nearly tying the game after having almost no chances throughout it. And now a chance here for Potros. In added time, it's Melvin Velasquez carrying the ball forward at the edge of the box. Going in with a cross, it's over everyone. Pedro Valenzuela on the far side trying to keep it in play, can't do so. And we're now in added time. And a foul committed this time by Steven Raymond. Might be a few minutes of added time. There were a couple of stoppages. LSA's keeper sends it down the field. It's won by LSA, but Bransford's there, has pressure on his back. Forced to go wide and now sends it forward. Ramon can't get to it. Sent back the other way, Oranga in the way this time. Ramon gets to it. Valenzuela finds Velasquez in the middle. Has Pico in front of him. Trying to play it to Pico. Keeper off his line well. Gets to it first. LSA, they need to send bodies forward. They've only got two up front. Morera wins it. Velasquez goes down. Trips over the ball. Greenberg with a sliding challenge. Stops the attack. And no. Greenberg went down too easily. Play continues. Long switch to the LSA player. Morera there with a good challenge. Sending it back the other way. Velasquez. Heavy touch back into his own midfield. Out to Hurtado. Kept it in play and wins the throw. Quickly back into Velasquez. Can't find his forward line. LSA win it back. This game has completely opened up in the final minutes. Morera once again winning another ball. Lightning strike in the distance. Play continues. And now a foul called against Velasquez. LSA Norcross Pro, one final attack. They have all but four players. Now they send another one forward. They'll leave it for the goalkeeper. They've got 9 players at the edge of the penalty area. Cross comes in. It's over everyone. Peixoto gets his fist to it. And a counter-attacking opportunity here. Oh, and the referee gives the final whistle as they're making their final attack. Unfortunate there for Potros. Referee blew the whistle as they had a 2-versus-1 counter-attacking opportunity. Either way, the game finishes with a 2-1 victory for Potros and their final preparations for the season, which will begin next weekend on Saturday. And we'll be here to bring it to you from Cass High School, and we'll see you then. Thank you for joining us here tonight.